Hi everyone, welcome back to Gillian at Mystic Healing Therapies. So I've just done a video for TikTok. It seems like when I'm not shadow banned, I'm getting some quite good views on there, but I'm having to redo it on here because I can use a lot of words on there which would trigger the algorithms on here and probably get me banned. But what I've just done a video about is frequency and intention. So they are the two main things I think that govern our existence. So let's look at frequency then. What do we mean by frequency? So the quantum physicists would say that frequency is determined by the amount of space in between our cells, our atoms. Now correct me if I'm wrong, you scientists, I'm a lay person, I'm not a scientist, but this is my comprehension anyway, that we have space in between our atoms, and the more light that there is in between that space determines our frequency, and the more light we have, then the faster our frequency will be. So that's all very well, but what does that mean in the here and now of a human existence? So in simple terms then, let's look at the lower frequencies would be like the 3D frequencies. So if you're living in 3D, you are likely to perceive all your information from your five senses. So if you can't see it, hear it, feel it, touch it, smell it, taste it, then you would think that it doesn't exist, and you would like lots of evidence. 3D is very evidence-based in terms of how you determine your information. And if you like 3D, you are more likely to trust your government, trust your health service, think that the World Economic Forum is really good for you. That's sort of, I better be careful what I'm saying, I'm using those words, but that would be the 3D way of looking at it. You love the royalty, you love the government, you love the health service, all of that. That would be the 3D paradigm. Now when we step to 4D, we start questioning these institutions and we start seeing that things aren't adding up. The last 4 years has proven for many of us to not add up. I'm not a great mathematician, but even I can do the maths on this one. So 4D then, when we're in 4D, it can be a very chaotic place. We can be in fear a lot of the time. We can worry about things because we've opened our eyes and we've stepped out of 3D, but we're still in a place of concern and chaos. Now when we step into 5D, this is when we start to tap into the universal field of consciousness and improve our connection to source in a spiritual sort of way. And when we do that, we have the divine knowing that all is well. So we are no longer in the chaos of the 4D. We have this inner knowing that there's a higher purpose for all of this kind of stuff, and we just are able to navigate the times with much more grace and ease. So that's just putting it really simply. Now, intention is another thing. Now, everything is about intention, and I mean everything. We can create the sort of lives we want by setting our magical intention. So we have been dumbed down and made to believe that we are passive. Everything that happens to us is, oh, that's just my luck, or these things happen to me. And we are missing the fact that we are creators of our own life. So, one of the things I teach is to set a daily intention. So I always set my intention to be in 5D and higher, be of service to humanity, and fulfill my soul contract and be on my highest timeline. They are the intentions I set every day. I'm not saying I always stay in 5D. I'm like any other organic woman on this planet. Sometimes I will step down into 4D, sometimes even 3D, sometimes 2D if I'm on one. But that's my intention, to be in 5D. Now, just to give you an example, I've reclaimed all the words, we know we've been spell cast, we know we've been MK Ultra'd, but I've set my intention to reclaim all these words so that they have absolutely no impact on me. So, we all have these devices. I've got an iPhone. I'm sure many of you have got smartphones. Well, they're listening in all the time, aren't they? I might have mentioned this before, but my son and I did a test on his phone where every time, once a day, we'd start talking about the dog and the cat. We don't have a dog or a cat, by the way. But sure enough, a couple of weeks later, he started getting adverts for pet insurance and pet food. Now, they're always listening in, we know that. But what I've done on my phone is set the intention that they can't listen in and they're not going to be able to decode the messages or anything from my phone. So by setting that intention, I'm receiving any consent, implied consent. And so far, this doesn't appear to have happened to me. So that's just an example of how we can set our intention for literally everything and anything. So just a quick reminder for you folks. Hope to see some of you at Arbelo if you can make it on Thursday the 20th of June 2024. If not, I've launched my Vibe High Club free membership, free access to everyone. Keep your eyes out on my social media for the next online Zoom meetup. Free for everybody. And I just think let's vibe high with our tribe. Sending you all lots of love. Bye for now.